Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing my summer long wear makeup routine, and it's all going to be drugstore products too. Every single or almost every single product that I'm using in this video is drugstore, and it is amazing for long wear makeup. And if you have oily skin, this is a video for you. I have such oily skin. I have trouble with my makeup lasting throughout the summer without it melting off because I sweat like a freaking pig. And this makeup just lasts all day long. So if you guys want to see my, I don't even know what to title this video. It's like my summer long wear makeup for oily skin kind of thing. Anyways, just keep on watching. So if you notice the camera angle is a little bit different from the last video I filmed, I've been kind of playing around with it because I did get a new lens. So I'm trying to change like the angle and stuff and make sure I get like the right angle with my camera. So don't mind that. The past few videos my camera is like all over the place. That's why. But let's just get started. So let me put my hair back because I'm already sweating from all these lights. So the first product I'm going to start off with is the Touch in Soul No Pore Blem Primer. So this product right here retails for about $18, so it's kind of in between drugstore price and high-end price. I wasn't really going to put this in the video, but I've been really loving this stuff, and $18 is like kind of expensive but not like super expensive, so I figured I'd feature it in this video. But I also have another primer that I really do like. It's the CoverGirl True Blend Pore Minimizing Primer. I do really like this one as well, but today I'm going to be using this one because I got it in my BoxyCharm and I really like it. So when it comes to doing your makeup for the summer, the less product you wear, the better. You can go out with a full glam and it won't go anywhere, but if you're going for an everyday look, I'd stick to the most minimal amount of products that you can wear. Like for the summertime, I'll use a foundation, but I won't go too crazy with it. And I don't usually do eyeshadow or eyeliner because then I have to worry about my eyeshadow creasing a whole ton, especially if you have oily eyelids. Like there's no drugstore primers out there, like eyeshadow primers that work besides like the Wet n Wild one I've heard is really good, but I haven't tried it for myself. So I usually just stick with the basics and do foundation, concealer, powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, mascara, and my eyebrows. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit of eyeshadow, but I won't do like full-on glam unless I'm posting a picture on Instagram or I'm filming that day. Don't get me wrong, like if you're going out at night to like a club or something this summer, you can definitely go on full glam. I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying like everyday wear, I tend to stick away from eyeshadow. And if I do put eyeshadow, I'll usually just put a little bit of bronzer in my crease. Nothing like too crazy. So the foundation I've been obsessed with is the Loreal Infallible Freshwear foundation. I love this stuff. They also have like a Pro Matte one. That one's really good too. I actually wore that when I went to Portugal and that like was awesome. I don't have it anymore because it's old, so I gotta buy another one. But I love this foundation. It is so good. When I first tried it, I was like, nah. And then I like started wearing it with like, because when I first tried it, I tried it with a primer I didn't like. And then because I think I was doing a first impressions. Yeah, I did a first impressions with this. That's what it was. And I tried it with a primer I've never used and I did not like it. And now I'm using it with primers I like and I love this stuff. It is so good. But if you're willing to spend some extra cash, if your foundation is like, you need it to stick on, glue on, don't go anywhere, and you don't mind spending extra money, definitely pick up the Estee Lauder Double Wear. You get full coverage, but you can also get light coverage with this stuff, and it lasts all day. It's transfer proof. It does break down on me by the end of the day, but it lasts like that perfect amount of time, and when I'm sweating, I don't have to worry about it coming off. I love this stuff. This is like my holy grail. I wear this not even in the summertime. I wear this in the wintertime. I freaking love this stuff. I need a lifetime supply of this. It is so good. But if you're on a budget, the L'Oreal Infallible one is just as good, and also the Maybelline 24-hour foundation one is good as well. I just prefer the L'Oreal one just a tad bit more, you know? This one I feel like is super matte. This one is like not super matte, but it looks natural, and like I don't know how to explain it. I just prefer this one more, but this one, the Maybelline one, is good too. So this one is in the shade 420. I love the freaking pump. It's like, oh, it's so good. I actually wore this foundation yesterday, and I asked my mom if she liked it. She said, yeah, like it matches like perfectly. I've never seen a foundation look that like matchy on you. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? She's like, I was like, what about in the sun? Like, did you see any lines? She's like, no. So I finally found my perfect match, even though the Estee Lauder foundation in 1W1 is a pretty good match for me too. So with this foundation, I literally only use a pump and a half on my entire face. It is a matte finish, but it's not like a drying matte where it's sucking the living life out of you. I hate foundations that are like so matte, it's like drying. This is like a nice, like natural matte finish. It's so hard to explain, like kind of like a satin finish. I really, really like this foundation. But so yeah, it's really good, and literally I only use a pump and a half and it covers my entire face, and I use my Real Techniques diamond sponge to blend it out. So for concealer, I have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I love this concealer. I haven't had any issues with it. Every time I wear it, it's just so good. It's so, so good. This one's in the shade C2. And I don't go too crazy. I just put a little bit on my under eyes, and then I'll take the excess and I'll put it on my nose and on my chin as well. You don't want to put on too much concealer that it's like able to crease. If you use a very little amount, but a very little amount of a heavy duty concealer, it won't crease as much. But the next step we're going to do is going to really help it so it doesn't crease as well. Alright, so the next product I'm going to be using to set all this in place is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I love this stuff. I think I used this stuff for prom when I went, and it's so good. I have the shade 05 Fair, but I also have the shade 10 Light. The 10 Light one darkens up my concealer, and it's not like a brightening effect. I like my under eyes to be nice and bright, so I'm going to use the 05 Fair shade. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bake. I never do this, but in the summertime, it really, really helps me. Like, you would not believe. And I'm gonna bake my entire face for the most part. I'm not gonna bake like my cheeks, but I will bake my T-zone where I get oily and kind of sweaty. As gross as that sounds. Okay, so I also decided that I'm going to take the shade 10 Fair Light to set the rest of my face, because I feel like this is going to be too light for the rest of my face. So I'm just going to take the next shade that I have and set the rest of my face with this. I decided I wasn't going to set my cheeks, but it looks like that's a little too late. At least we really know our foundation isn't going anywhere. I'm going a little crazy, oops. I just love that this powder doesn't make my skin feel so freaking dry, because a lot of powders I use, loose powders, make my skin feel so dry after I put them on, and this one doesn't do that. And I love it. Alright, so now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to dust all of it off. Our foundation is not going anywhere after how much powder I put on. Now, most people for summer makeup, they will just use all cream products like cream bronzer, clean. They use cream bronzer, cream blush, and cream highlight, but because I'm so oily, those products don't work out the best for me, so I usually just stick with my powders and use a really good setting spray after. So the bronzer I'm going to be using is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. As you guys know, this is one of my absolute favorites. Smells like heaven in a compact, and I love it. I love it. So when it comes to summer makeup and my bronzers and blushes and highlights, I really just use whatever powder product I have and that I want to use that day. There's no specific powder product that I feel like lasts longer than others. It really just depends on the base that you have on, like foundation and primer is what going to determine if your bronzer and blush lasts longer, because all blushes and bronzers are pretty much the same. Yes, some work better than others, but they all pretty much do the same job. But I'm going to be taking for blush the Essence Mosaic Blush. I haven't used this in a hot minute, and it's also drugstore, so you guys can definitely go pick it up. It's super affordable, especially since it's Essence. Okay, so I have two highlighters that I absolutely love. This one is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. Love this highlighter. I actually had this on in my last video that I uploaded on Tuesday. And I also really like the e.l.f. Baked highlighter in Moonlight Pearl. You do kind of have to get the first layer off in order for it to be like blinding. Today I'm going to be using this one because I just used this one the other day, but this one's really, really good. And they're around the same price. I think the e.l.f. one is a little bit cheaper. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you guys what I would do if I put on a little bit of eyeshadow. This is the one product that's high-end in this entire video, but it's the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is the only eyeshadow primer besides the NARS one, the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is the only one that helps with my oily eyelids. All other primers I've tried, all my eyeshadow creases, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be using that. And I'm just going to be taking my bronzer with a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to stick that into my crease. Just for a little definition, you can use an eyeshadow too. You don't have to use your bronzer. You can use a brown eyeshadow. But I just like to add that to my lid just for a little pop of color. Not a pop of color, but a little definition on my lid so it's not so bare. Now for my brows, I really like the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner in Brow Cream. This one's in the shade Medium Brown. Love this stuff. It reminds me a lot of the Anastasia brow pomade, or the dip brow pomade, but this one's just a lot creamier, but I do really like it because it lasts all day and it's a really good product for the summer. You can also use a pencil, just I find that this lasts a little bit longer than a pencil does, but then again, it's all about the setting. So if you use a really good pencil and then set it with a good brow gel, it will last all day long. And just like that, my brows are done. I filled them in relatively quickly today. But so usually when I use a pomade, I go for a little bit more of like that ombre brow, but when I use a pencil, I usually just fill in the sparse areas. But pomades, I like the ombre brow. Here's an example of a really good brow pencil that I like. This is a Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. This I like to use if I'm going for a little bit more of a natural brow. And it lasts pretty decently on me and it's super easy to apply. So this is a good one as well, but I like the pomade one too. I like them both. They're both my favorite. Now to set my brows, I really like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper Brow Gel Mascara in the shade Light to Medium. Like the label is completely come off of this, but I love this product. It helps my brows last all day and they don't go too crazy on me. Almost feels like a glue on your eyebrows, but it's like a good feeling. It's like a good glue feeling. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking a waterproof mascara. You can use whatever mascara you want. I'm just going to be using this one because it's the only waterproof one I have. During the summertime, I typically don't wear waterproof mascaras unless I plan on going swimming. Even on hot days, I usually just use regular mascara, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the waterproof one. This is the L'Oreal Carbon Black, Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I love mascara. I have so many favorites and I can do a whole video on how many favorite mascaras I have. But like I said, for the sake of this being a summer tutorial, I'm just going to use this one because it's waterproof. Alright, cancel that. That one is super dried out and it's not doing anything for my lashes. So I'm going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. Love this stuff. It reminds me of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And this one is not waterproof because that was the only waterproof mascara I had. Alright, so now for lips, if you're looking for a product that's like a liquid lipstick, it's going to last all day long, kiss-proof, transfer-proof. When you eat, it doesn't smear everywhere. This is the best. This is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I love this stuff. This stuff is a pain in the butt to get off, so that's how you know it's good. But so I also have two other shades. These are brand new. I haven't tried these yet. I have the shade 65 Seductress, I think, and 15 Lover. I don't know which shade I want to wear today. I'm going to use the shade 65 Seductress for today. But yeah, I love this stuff because it doesn't suck the living life out of your lips and it's so good. I love it. Their shirt, the back of it is so long and I keep sitting on it and it's like pulling my shirt like this way. I hate it. So for my setting spray, I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuing Setting Mist. I really like this stuff. I do like the Urban Decay De-Slick and All Nighter a little bit better, but this one is also really good. And I also do like the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. This one is good as well. But for today's video, I'm going to stick to Morphe. And so yeah, you want to make sure you really set your whole face because it's going to help your makeup last so much longer. It smells so good too. And if you don't believe in setting sprays, you don't have to use this. Me personally love setting sprays. They do wonders for my skin and I just really like it. Alrighty guys, so that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I also have socials down below. I have Instagram and I have Twitter. I do have an Instagram giveaway going on right now. It's my 1K Instagram giveaway. It's going to end next Wednesday, June 19th. So be sure to go enter that before it's too late. And so yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to click the subscribe button down below and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye!